Okay, we've got 3 movies opening this week and a couple of DVDs. Actually, there are a couple of movies that I did not see. And let me just tell you the one that will probably be the #1 movie. One I didn't see because they didn't screen it. One, they screened it when I was hosting the 24-hour musical, so I didn't get to see it. I'll try and catch up with it over the weekend and review it for you next week. The movie I didn't see is State of Play with Russell Crowe, who plays a CIA agent, and I will try and catch up with it over the weekend and, as I said, review it for you next week. Crank, the Jason Statham movie, was not screened. So my guess is that they'll probably both do fairly well this weekend. But the good news about this is I get to review for you 3 movies that are really very good, that people might not ordinarily see, that you would really enjoy. #1 is Nursery University, a perhaps unwieldy title, but it focuses on an unbelievable phenomenon, which is New York parents trying to get their children into, are you ready for this, nursery school, 2 and 3-year-olds. It turns out that since 2007, the number of children born in New York has gone up 30%. And nursery school openings have just not kept track with it. So there's this incredibly competitive effort to get kids into a good nursery school, and you're saying, nursery school, how can that be? Well, first of all, it costs about 20 grand a year, and second of all, there's the at least implication that if you're in the right nursery school, then you get in the right school, the right private school, the right high school, the right college, the right life. So it's a grueling documentary that's actually kind of fun to watch, and it has everything you're looking for in a documentary. It has passion and excitement and competition and just a little bloodletting. Every Little Step is, again, maybe a little more of a New York experience than any place else, but it is a documentary that looks at the chorus line for Chorus Line, the revival of Chorus Line that happened a couple of years ago. The disadvantage of having seen the revival of Chorus Line is you know who's going to win and who's not. But again, this is one of those documentaries that keeps you on the edge of your seat. You get to know the kids, you root for them. It's kind of American Idol with some really good singers and dancers. American Violet is a terrific movie that unfortunately is probably going to get lost a little bit in the fuss, and it's a movie that everybody should see. It's based in the 80s in a small town in Texas, of the idea that that there's a sheriff who goes around rounding up people in the black community for no particular reason, and somebody who decides to fight the system. Alfre Woodard is in it. Michael O'Keefe plays the icky district attorney that you love to hate. Will Patton is in it. It's a great cast. And you'd like to think that America is less racist than this, or at least was less racist than this 20 years ago. So this is an eye-opening, very good movie that everybody should see. I'm just afraid they won't. American Violet. Okay, DVDs. 2 very good DVDs that come out, opposite ends of the spectrum. The Spirit, which was Scarlett Johansson and Eva Mendes, which is one of those kind of graphic novels. Not my favorite kind of thing to do. Kind of fun to watch. Very cutting edge in terms of graphics. Not my favorite. And then the other end of the spectrum, which is The Reader. Kate Winslet was nominated for an Oscar for this, and actually won the Oscar for this. She was actually nominated for Revolutionary Road as well. This is a story of a woman who befriends a young man in Germany, and what happens. And if you've seen the Oscars, you may have seen it in theaters. This is a movie that I think will do very well on DVD. Ralph Fiennes is in it as well. It's incredibly well acted. I mean, I figured out the surprise ending like 15 minutes into it, but most people don't sit in a movie trying to figure out the clues. So it's really worth your time. So The Reader and The Spirit are out on DVD. Nursery University, Every Little Step, and American Violet are in theaters. My guess is that will probably be a relatively low volume weekend, because there's you've also got, as I said, Crank instead of Play, State of Play coming out again. So go see a movie. 800-544-7070. Kathy, you're on the air. I'm Dr. Joy Browne. Hi. What's on your mind, Kath? What? How recently? What did he do? What did he use to make the attempt? Okay. How old are you? Does he live at home with? Do you both live at home? You share an apartment? So when you found him, was he conscious? That's pretty scary. So what'd you do? Take him to the ER? Okay. Okay. Did he leave a note or anything? Did you have any indication that he was as unhappy as it seems he was? Did he know? Do you have a usual schedule? Would he have normally expected you home at that time? Okay. Okay. Okay, well, so it sounds like this may have been a bit ambivalent on his part. And I don't want you to think like that. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. What's your question to me, Kathy?